I've seen some cracking views while out camping, especially this year when I've been out. The Essence was good, Creep Petrie was good, excuse my nose, but I think this view is the best view I've probably ever seen in a wild camp. Well, hello again everyone, and welcome back to another wild camp. Solo wild camp this time, and I'm back in an area that probably I know best when it comes to Monroe bagging, the Ben Lawers area. Done every summit here pretty much, including most of the Corbetts. Now today I'm heading up Mailnan to Macken. It's just over 1,000 metres high, and the start point's just under 500 metres, so it's not that hard to get to, and all will be revealed while I'm back here again later on in the video. Let's go. That's me in the cloud now. See how long for. Feels good actually doing a camp with no wind. Well, as you'll see, there's not a lot to see. That will all change though. I did bump into a couple coming down, and they've even said there's a cloudy version up here, so yeah, I'm so excited. I can't wait to get up here. No point in filming anything else now, is there? So I'll just see when I get above the cloud, whenever that will be. Hopefully soon though. Well, I said I would bring you back when I'm getting above the clouds. Probably in the next 2 minutes. I'll break through it now. Starting to see some blue sky above me. So I thought I'd bring you back now. I've had a few folk come by me saying it's stunning up there. You know, the view. Must admit, I've been waiting all year for a day like this. The next clip will be above the clouds, folks. See you there. The last time I had one of these was 1.5 years ago. Check it out, folks. Oh, this is amazing. Unfortunately, there's just a wee bit of cloud came up here whilst I was setting up the film, but who cares? I camped up both of them last year. This is amazing. Right, I'm going to get up to the summit, which is just up there. Probably just catch you up there and we'll get the tent set up. Well, here it is, folks, if you can see me yet. That's the summit done. I appreciate you won't see much of me because of the sun behind. I don't care though. I'm here for the views. Let's go and get the tent pitched up. Well, I think I found my pitch for tonight, just behind in this area here. It's been a really enjoyable climb up. I have to say, everyone that I bumped into, it's just been so nice to speak to, you know that. Shout out to Rebecca, said I would give her a shout out. She noticed the camera and asked what I was doing, so I've told her about my channel. So if you're watching the video, then it was nice speaking to you. So anyway, I've camped here before, by the way. I think over 3 years ago, July 2021 I think it was, with Monty. So the ground, as far as I can remember, is quite good. So I'll get set up here. It should take me about half an hour to get everything set up, and I'll bring you back and I'll reveal where I've picked here to camp for tonight. Alright folks, so that's me got the tent up, the Fjallraven Abisko Lite 2, which you would have seen in a previous video for the first time. I will talk about that probably once I get everything set up inside. I've got other products to show, brand new products that I'm testing out. Bought this with my own money, so I thought I'd say that first. This is the Nemo Tensor sleeping mat. This is the extreme version, I believe it's called. With an 8.5 R value, weighs just over 500 grams. This is the regular wide, I think. There is a smaller version which is just regular. I usually just get the regular size mats, but I wanted to get the wide one just to see what the pack size would be like. There's not much of a significant difference when it comes to the weight. I think this weighs maybe 100 grams more, so that's not too bad. But look at the pack size, it's really, really small. I mean, it's got the size of, just slightly bigger than like a packet of like chicken tikka. Let's see, it's about the same size as an adventure food pack. So I mean, it's a good pack size for a sleeping mat that claims an 8.5 R value. I own another sleeping mat with a 6.2 R value, which is a much bigger pack size. The Nemo switchback, this goes underneath the mat, has an R value of 2. We'll only use this in the winter pretty much. And yeah, let's just see what sort of sleep I get with this. See if it's warm, let's see if it's comfy. But my Glencoe trip last week, I was sliding all over the tent. I want to see if these actually stay still in one place, and that will improve my comfort as well. So I'm going to get everything set up, talk about this tent, and then just enjoy the views for probably the next 2 hours before the sun goes down. Right, that's me set up for tonight. Got the full thing set up now. So, might as well show you the sleeping set up with everything set up. So, I used this sleeping bag, the Rab Mythic 600 last weekend, and had a very warm sleep in it. But as you'll see, look how wide this sleeping mat is. Now, straight away I can see what Monty means. When you use a wider mat, you would probably struggle to fit another mat in here of the same size. You would probably need 2 regular mats. So if you're sharing a tent with someone and you're thinking about getting a wider mat, consider that. I've just noticed that. That's a good point that Monty brought up. There's my pillow, and then the switchback's underneath, and then I've got my little green pillow to try and raise my head up at night, and then yeah, I just use the one pillow on top. Good space in here for one person. This is brilliant, you know, wider sleeping mat, reasonable headroom in this tent, not as good as the Nallo 2 GT as I said last time. I think wide enough for me, but again, if you're out with another person, you'd probably struggle to fit 2 people in here if you're using a wider mat, as I've just said, and you can clearly see that in the video anyway. So I did say that I would talk about this tent when I finally got the weather for it. So I've only used this once, that was last weekend in rubbish weather, wind, rain. Fjallraven Abisko Lite 2 as it's called. If you are thinking of buying this, it's about £700, so it's a big investment, like most of my tents are. But for space to weight, it's 2 kilograms. As you would have seen inside, there's enough space there for 2 people if you've got regular sized sleeping mats. And it is designed, you know, for 4-season use in Scotland, or worldwide I guess. So wind, rain, snow, you'll notice the fly sheet. Well, I'll go around the tent, I'll film it, but when I'll get a clip of the fly sheet. It is pretty low to the ground, so you shouldn't get any snow coming underneath into the vestibule. I like the ventilation in the tent, good vents. Last week, yeah, when you're camping in the wind, you don't get condensation really, and that was the case. So it's a wee bit more still tonight. We'll just need to see. I think we'll be okay with condensation in this tent with the 2 vents. We'll just need to see, but I'll go around the tent, we'll show you it. But first impression so far has been quite good. The only thing I will say about a tunnel tent is you're quite restricted in which way you can lie. It's quite, it kind of steepens down towards the back of the tent, so you're kind of forced to lie vestibule side. So if the ground's uneven, you need to think about that. With other tents you can lie both ends, but with this tent you're kind of restricted to one side. And the ground here is not great. The door's facing up to the summit. I'd rather it be facing that way, but unfortunately you need to prioritise the sleep. And yeah, but like I said, I would rather the door be facing out towards the inversion, but I've kind of no choice but to have it facing that way, because the ground would be too uneven if I had it facing the other way. I'd be kind of sliding down the hill, So it's one thing to think about when getting a tunnel tent. There's a few other negatives, but I think I'll talk about that in another video. But yeah, first impressions of the tent is quite good. I think this will be my most used tent throughout the winter. So like I said, it's got a lot of space, it only weighs 2 kilograms. Alright, so a quick wee 360 of the tent, and I'm going to go up to the summit and enjoy the views. So you can see, for a tunnel tent, I think it's actually quite a good tent to pitch up. It doesn't sag too much. I've had issues with that in the past, you know. But with this tent, I just feel I could have got it tighter tonight actually if I needed, you know, but it's not too windy tonight, so I'm quite happy with that. One door, as I've said already, I'm facing it up to the summit unfortunately. I would rather have been facing the door that way for obvious reasons. Look at the view. Right, I'm going to go up to the summit and I'll show you what views I've got up there. Alright, so I'm back up at the summit. First time I've came back up since I arrived. Always a pleasure touching that cairn. I love coming up here. The last time I was up here was when I had that cooking disaster. The less said the better about that. Completely different weather compared to what I got the last time I was up here. As you can see from the summit, I've not had this before I don't think, or as good as this. 360 cloud inversion in all directions. This is amazing like. Alright, so I'll start off with the Cairngorm Monroes. You've got Mythic, which is descending into the cloud there. Hilleberg Lite is unfortunately in the cloud. That's 926 metres and Mythic is 1068, so that's high enough, just about to be above the cloud. It's actually higher than this peak. You've got Ben Glass and Ben Lors, no question about them getting above the clouds. Then over there would be Ben Hornsey, but you can't see it. Ben Vorlich's just above the cloud there. Stucacroin is just peaking above the cloud as well, but the camera won't pick that one up. No question about Ben Hyperion, they're quite high. They're over 1100 metres, so again, no question about them. I think that's Mel Gurdy and Ben Helm, although I could be wrong. And then in the distance you're heading over towards Glencoe and that. I think that's Ben Nevis there. Again, the camera might not pick it up. There's a few peaks over there. I could be guessing maybe the Creagmeggy area. It's quite far up, but that's probably looking over towards Carrower. Again, that's in the direction of Carrower and Creagmeggy. And there's a few peaks over towards Drumoctor. Again, could be wrong there, but I think that's over towards Drumoctor. Then we're back over to Ben Lors. No question about this area. I know this area very well. This is the bit of the camp I've been really looking forward to. The sun is just about to go below the clouds now. Yeah, in the distance it's starting to change colour a little bit now, the clouds. I'm really liking it. It's been such a beautiful view this, like just like Millnantanaken's stunning, but with an inversion like this. Oh, I wish this happened every day, but because it doesn't, you appreciate it, don't you? It's so nice. Alright folks, so it is about 6:30 now and it's dark as you would expect. We're into November now, aren't we? So, two choices tonight. I can go for another adventure food chicken curry because Gary forgot to pack the correct meals for tonight, or I could go for something a little bit different. Chicken tikka and rice from Adventure Food. I've not had a chicken tikka and rice from Adventure Food for a while, so I think I'm going to go for that. I've also got hot chocolate somewhere, I think, maybe, so I'm going to have that later on as well. So yeah, I'm running low on this gas, but I have got another larger gas canister if I need it. So yeah, not really going to film much of this, making this meal up. It is just boiling some water. It's nothing really exciting, is it? But yeah, it's dark now, stars are out. It doesn't look like we're going to get the Aurora tonight. All the apps that I use, that I trust, are all saying, basically, it's not happening, mate. So, I'll get over it. I've seen it before anyway. But like I said, I've been desperate to get an inversion. It's been a 1.5 years since the last good one anyway. So yeah, going to fill this up, make up some food, and yeah, talk about why I've chosen this peak over anywhere else pretty much, as I said I would do. Alright, so that's my water boiled and ready to go. What I like about these packs is you only need 100ml water. I will turn the light off once I pour this, by the way. You only need 100ml water, and you can just kind of stir while you're pouring in. So you're saving weight that way as well. I did put in 150ml just to be on the safe side, but it does say 115 is what you pretty much need for this dinner. Like, so it doesn't really give you much food. However, it's not a huge hike this, so I'm quite happy just eating something small like this tonight. Takes 5 minutes to rehydrate as well, so it's pretty quick, reasonable. Just going to pour the rest of this water in, and yeah, just let it rehydrate. I'm kind of wanting it to be quite runny tonight, the sauce, which is why I put 150 in. Just wanting more sauce. If I'm being honest with you, I might actually make that another meal. Doesn't seem to be a lot in this pack. No, that. Anyway, I'll let that rehydrate. Honestly, can't remember what adventure food tastes like, but it's been well over a year since my last one. So anyway, let that rehydrate. Alright, so I said at the start of the video I would go over why I've chosen this peak to camp on tonight, because I've been here before. The first reason is the cloud inversion. I just knew there was a high chance I would get it up here, because we're over 1,000 metres. The second reason is I'm planning a second night here on a different peak. I don't need to move the car, so that's an advantage straight away. I don't need to drive anywhere. We've not got a lot of daylight at this time of the year as well, so I try and keep the drive into a minimum. Obviously the Trossachs, Loch Lomond and the Trossachs is like my local area for camping. It's not too far, but a 40-minute drive. Pentland Hills has went downhill, unfortunately. Over the last couple of years, certainly since COVID anyway, there's a lot more vandalism, so I avoid there. So I'm only about 20 minutes from there. So yeah, about 500 metres where the car is above sea level, so it's a quick hike as well. And I arrived later in the day, I think it was about lunchtime I arrived, so I wanted a quick hike to get up here. And I'm testing out some camping gear. I've got a tent that takes up a large area. I knew I would get the tent pitched up here without any issues. I know the ground up here quite well, I've been up here many times, so I'm quite familiar with Muir and Invermarken, the Lors area. I just thought for the first camp since the clocks have changed, I thought it makes sense to come up here, so that's why I've picked it. Nice area though, I'm sure you'll agree. 9 PM now. If I'm honest, nothing's really happened since the sun's went down. It's just been dark, like it's really dark out there. It does feel like the clouds kind of lifting up to the summits now, if I'm honest. It's really hard to tell out there, it's just so dark. Like, there's still stars, but if I'm being honest, I do think there's a chance I could be in the cloud tomorrow with no inversion. So I was really keen to make the most of the cloud inversion when I arrived. So yeah, nothing happening at all. Like, it's just chilling in the tent. There is a bit of a wind chill out there. There is a bit of wind. You can see the tent moving a little bit. So I've tried to keep any heat that I've managed to get in the tent. My feet were really cold, so I've actually got like wee boots that I can wear inside the sleeping bag. So what I did, this is actually a hand warmer that I've got. It's also got a battery bank in it as well. It's an emergency battery bank if the main one fails. But yeah, I just stuck that inside my boots and it heated up my feet, and I'm very keen to keep my feet under the sleeping bag. Just try and trap the heat, you know. So I don't see the point of filming anything else tonight, if I'm honest. Tomorrow the plan is just to pack away and head back down to the car. There's really nothing planned, especially if I'm in the clag, then I'll just kind of move on. There is a bit of condensation on the fly sheet, but the inner is fine, bone dry at the moment. So yeah, nothing else really to say apart from that. So I guess I'll see you tomorrow. I'll let you know how the sleeping setup is. I know I've used the sleeping bag, but I'll let you know how I get on with the sleeping mats. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Well, good morning folks. Let's have a look outside. I mean, I know what I'm in for. I've been hearing it all night. Yep, rain. Just going to quickly show you it. As you can see, we're in the cloud now. So unfortunately it's just not worked out this morning with the cloud. Basically what's happened is the clouds have lifted by probably 300-400 metres. And there's a bit of dampness off the cloud this time. Yesterday it was dry coming up. So tent's completely soaking. What I will say is the inner is pretty dry. If it was a 7 Cross 1 I would be soaking right now. So that's a bonus. But the fly sheet of the tent's soaking. Inside and the outside of course. But I'm going to start packing away. Was hoping for a better morning to be honest. Probably the highest summits might still be above the cloud, like your Ben Nevis, maybe even Ben Law's over there, but it wouldn't surprise me though if I bumped into someone at the car park at Ben Law's this morning and they said, oh yeah, Ben Law's was still in the cloud even though it's higher. What we got yesterday very rarely happens in Scotland, so I was keen to make the most of it and I certainly did. Got plenty of photos, but yeah, it's back to just what you normally get in Scotland, eh? The only saving thing is there's no wind this morning. It's going to be a bit damp packing away, but I'm sure once I get off the summit, start heating up, probably start drying off as well maybe once we get out of this cloud. So I'm going to start packing away. Probably just bring you back when I've got everything packed away. There's nothing else to really say. It is what it is. Should be leaving once I get the tent down, probably within the next half an hour. At least there's no wind this morning, and yeah, it's actually not too bad. Like it's not really raining. It was raining throughout the night, but it's kind of just damp now, so should be fine getting off here. It's only about an hour's walk back to the car with a good path. Well, I must admit folks, the sleeping mats that I recently bought made a huge difference to last night's camp. Not just how warm it was, getting the regular wide version made such a huge difference. So much more comfy, but yeah, definitely it was quite warm. And packing away inside the tent, I was just using this to kneel on, so it was keeping me off the cold, ground sheet. But certainly, like, this stopped the sleeping mat kind of sliding around the tent as well. So yeah, definitely I quite like this for winter camping. This is going to make a big difference along with the new mat I've just recently bought. So yeah, like I say, I think this just straps on the outside of your backpack. It is quite bulky, as you would expect, but yeah, it's quite easy to pack away and it's easy to set up. You just see me pack it away there, and yeah, because I packed it away quicker if I wasn't speaking. So recommend this, the Nemo Switchback and the Nemo Tensor sleeping mats. just have a look at them, read the specifications. I can never say that word. But you know what I mean. And yeah, just decide what mat you need. Anyway, I'm going to start packing away. So that's me packed everything away, ready to leave this now, thankfully. Look at the dry grass. If only it stayed dry, Backpack's here. Poles are ready, and I'm ready to get out of here. Alright, so I think I'm going to wrap the video up here and head back down to the car. That's all I'm doing now. I was going to do a second night, however, I'm not going to bother with it. It's just with the clouds lifting and it being really damp up here, my tent's absolutely soaking now. I don't think it'll make a very good video, to be honest. Maybe if I had someone else with me for a bit of company, then yes, but just sitting in the clag with no wind or rain really isn't that exciting, is it? So I'm going to wrap the video up here and head home, I think. And yeah, as always, I really hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, then yeah, click the like button to support the video, click the subscribe button to support my channel and future videos, and get involved in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, and until my next trip, take care folks.